Hear these words from Luke's Gospel. Now, after this, the Lord appointed 72 others and sent them in pairs ahead of him to every city and place where he himself was going to come. And he was saying to them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Therefore, plead with the Lord of the harvest to send out laborers into his harvest. Go. Behold, I am sending you out like lambs in the midst of wolves. Carry no money belt, no bag, no sandals, and greet no one along the way. And whatever house you enter, first say, 'Peace be to this house.' And if a man of peace is there, your peace will rest upon him, but if not, it will return to you. Stay in that house, eating and drinking what they provide, for the laborer is deserving of his wages. Do not move from house to house. Whatever city you enter and they receive you, eat what is served to you, heal those who are sick, and say to them, 'The kingdom of God has come near to you.' Whatever city you enter and they do not receive you, go out into its streets and say, 'Even the dust of your city which clings to our feet, we wipe off in its streets.' And say, 'Even the dust of your city which clings to our feet, we wipe off in protest against you. Yet be sure of this, that the kingdom of God has come near. The one who listens to you listens to me, and the one who rejects you rejects me. The one who rejects me rejects the one who sent me.' Now the 72 returned with joy, saying, 'Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name.' And he said to them, 'I watched Satan fall from heaven like lightning. Behold, I've given you authority to walk on snakes and scorpions, and authority over all the power of the enemy, and nothing will injure you. Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are recorded in heaven." Mike, I'm about to. Because I'm curious. I'm curious to know what you brought with you today in order to come to church. You got to have your cell phone. How many people? Got to have your cell phone, right? Anybody leave theirs in the car on purpose so it didn't distract them? Yes, right? Some of us really have to do that or it's buzzing in our pockets. Let's see, what else did we bring along? I cannot go anywhere without these unless you want to see me fall over my own feet, right? How many of us? These have to go everywhere we go. Okay. Ken, raise your arm up in the air so everybody can see that thing on your wrist. Do you go anywhere without that? Right? Not if you can help it. We have stuff. Ladies of the congregation, and perhaps some of the men as well, bag, purse, something to carry your stuff, backpack, right? Moms of the world, we go nowhere without all the pieces because you never know what's going to happen. So Jesus says to the disciples, "Listen, I'm sending you out. I'm going to send you out in the middle of the wolves. By the way, don't take anything with you. You don't need a money bag. Who needs money in this world? You don't need a bag at all. I mean, don't take anything. You're fine. You're good. Go out. Oh, and go out among the wolves." That's really troublesome, isn't it? I mean, let's imagine for just a minute I said to you, "Hey, I would like you to go over to Toledo Zoo. They got a really nice wolf exhibit there. And there are some people there who really need to hear about Jesus. And, oh, by the way, they're in the wolf exhibit. Who's going with me?" Chris is going, right? Those wolves are mostly tame anyway, let's be realistic. They've been in captivity a long time. I mean, what could happen? Who's faster, you or me? I'm in so much trouble. I think I am. This is one of those sayings of Jesus when we really start to unpack it that messes with us. Why would he say that? Imagine, right? He's been working with the 12 disciples. They've been traveling with him. We know there's a larger group traveling too. Everywhere they go, Jesus is with them. And all of a sudden, he says, okay, it's time for you guys to do this on your own. Oh, by the way, I'm sending you out into the wolves. Thanks, Jesus. That's really reassuring. So let's unpack this a little bit. We have to realize the context of this passage. Not only is he sending them out to the wolves, Jesus has also just predicted his own death and set his face, Luke says, towards Jerusalem. So he's told them, I'm going to leave you. You're going to have to do this without me. So put down all your stuff and go do it. That's tough love. That's a hard management style. No on-the-job training, no mentorship, no extended internship. Just go do it. And go do it in a really complex setting where the Jewish population are not sure what this little sect are teaching and preaching, but they know they don't like it. Where the Romans aren't so sure about it because it seems to be causing trouble, and the Roman occupation is not big on locals who cause trouble. And yet, Jesus says, go. Go out. And when you go out, expect to be vulnerable the way that sheep are among wolves. Expect to be attacked. And don't take any food with you. Just depend, as Blanche says in Streetcar Named Desire, on the kindness of strangers. It's really, really problematic. And expect to not be welcome some places. Let me tell you in advance what's going to happen. Some places you go, there'll be a man of peace who will welcome you in, and you'll be well housed and well fed and well cared for. And in that case, make sure that you bless that household. But other places you're going to go, they're not going to welcome you. They're going to oppose you. And let me tell you what you're going to do when that happens. You are not just, as we often picture it in our heads, going to quietly shake the dust off your feet, right? Have you ever said that? Maybe a relationship isn't working out and you say, I'm just going to shake the dust off my feet, right? By which we mean I'll just quietly walk away. That's not what Jesus says. He says, when you shake the dust off your feet, do it in a public place and lift up your voice in protest. Make sure everybody knows you are shaking the dust off your feet, that you were not welcome in that place. And make sure they know the reason why. And most importantly, make sure they know that despite their actions, despite that lack of welcome, the kingdom of God is drawing near. Even if they don't welcome you, the kingdom of God is drawing near. When they do welcome you, the kingdom of God is drawing near. If there's no one in a town who will welcome you, no one will house you, no one will feed you, the kingdom of heaven is drawing near. That's inescapable. Tom Holland, who wrote a very thick book called Dominion, which is my current summer read. I don't know what that says about my beach reading material, but, you know, once a geek, always a geek, right? In Dominion, Tom Holland recounts the words of an early Christian writer who says that the advance of the Church of Christ is the flood tide of Christ. Because Christianity begins in a teeny tiny little corner of the Roman Empire that most people have never heard of. Let's be clear, Palestine is not really the center of the universe in Rome. And in 3 centuries, it spreads throughout that known Roman world. It's everywhere. Kingdom of God is drawing near. Whether they welcome you or they don't welcome you, the kingdom of God is advancing. Despite active persecution, Right? We read that in the book of Acts. Saul of Tarsus, who is a Jew, looks at this little sect of Jews and says, "Nuh-uh, we serve one God, and you're talking about Jesus is God, and the Spirit is God, and God is God, and Trinity blows my brain, so we are going to hunt you down." Right? He's on his way to Damascus breathing threats. And then he encounters Jesus, and he becomes Paul. And he's part of the way the kingdom of God advances. When Paul says, "I'm a Pharisee of the Pharisees," those are his credentials. He's also a Roman citizen, so Paul can walk into a town and be sure he's going to be welcomed, even by the wolves, who have an obligation to grant him hospitality. We know that the Christian church is persecuted by multiple Roman emperors, right? Domitian, Marcus Aurelius, Decius, Valerian, Diocletian, and probably the most famous of all, Nero, who blames them for burning Rome, which he likely did himself because he wanted to build in an area that was already built up. And surprisingly, that's where the fire started? How strange. We live in a time that can feel like we are going out among the wolves. Our public spaces, our family spaces, our social media spaces can be very complex in our current cultural moment. What can I and can't I talk about? How do I frame this conversation in a way that isn't going to get me uninvited from Thanksgiving dinner next year? Do I care if I get uninvited from Thanksgiving dinner next year? How do we frame those things? When we post something on social media and 18 people comment and you realize very quickly not a one of them understood what you were saying. I posted a very vague meme a couple of weeks ago that had more to do with coffee than anything else and got private messages. "What's going on? Are you hanging out with those progressive Christians again?" "No, I'm drinking coffee." Many of us feel as if we're being sent into battle, we're being sent out as lambs among wolves, sheep to the slaughter. We look at our current culture, and we see people who are oppressing the poor, who are intentionally removing rights from the least. The wolves of our time, we could argue. But here's the truth. Despite their actions, the kingdom of God is what? Advancing, drawing near. You say it again. The kingdom of God is drawing near. I'm not convinced. I'm not sure you're convinced either. One more time. And it is. And we can see it. We can see it if we have eyes to look around at what God is doing in the world. Thursday night, we're going to welcome Jay Maluka virtually, and the kingdom of God is drawing near. We're going to host a vacation Bible school, and we're going to hope that our children from our local church community are there, but we're also going to hope the children who have never been in a church setting are there. And the kingdom of God is drawing near. Where else is the kingdom of God drawing near? What are you aware of? Yes, I'm actually asking you a question in the middle of a sermon. Who does that? Where do you see the kingdom of God drawing near? Yes. Right? In the act of protest, which, by the way, Jesus says we should be doing, go out in the streets, shake the dust off your feet, and protest and tell them the kingdom of God is drawing near. Whether you see it or not, we believe it is happening. We're going to park cars And we're going to have a lot of fun parking cars. But we're also going to raise funds that help Habitat for Humanity and help further the missions and the ministry of this congregation. And the kingdom of God is drawing near. So I invite you to continue to be curious, to ask questions. Where do I see the kingdom of God drawing near? How is that happening? Is it happening? And to be empowered, to raise your voice and to shake off the dust and to make it known. This isn't okay, but the kingdom of God is drawing near, because we have to marry those messages, my friends. It can't just be, we're mad, because other people are mad too. It has to be that we really do believe that what God is doing in the world has a direct implication for what we should be doing as a nation. We get to choose with whom we break bread. Jesus' disciples didn't have that luxury. You will note, he said to them, go everywhere, see who welcomes you. But today we will break bread of another kind. And we will come together. And we will taste a foretaste of the wedding banquet of the Lamb that will come to us someday. And I suspect we will look around that future table and be very confused by who's there. And there will be people who look at us and wonder how we got in the door. But today we will break that bread. We will share that cup. May it strengthen you. May it encourage you. Because the kingdom of God is drawing near.